It's pretty incredible how some of the biggest ideas in history can be packed into just a handful of words. Today, we're going to put that to the test. We're taking one single verse from the ancient Sanskrit text, the Bhagavad Gita, and we're going to unpack every single piece of it just to see what it reveals. Let's actually start at the end, with this line right here. A sound so massive, so powerful, that the only word that even comes close is overwhelming. I mean, that's a description that immediately puts you right on the edge, doesn't it? It makes you feel the sheer scale of some huge event that's about to kick off. So that's really the big question for this whole explainer. What is this sound? Who's making it, and with what? To get the answer, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning of the verse. Okay, so this incredible description, it comes from verse 113 of the Bhagavad Gita. And this is a huge moment. It's happening on a battlefield right before a massive, world-changing war is about to start. You can just feel the tension in the air, and this sound is the spark that's about to light the fuse. So to really understand this pandemonium, first we need to figure out what's making all the noise. And this isn't just a simple list. No, these are the individual pieces of a single, massive, unified roar, like a chain reaction of sound that's about to just explode across the entire battlefield. So the foundation of this whole sound starts with shankha. These are conches. Now, I want you to imagine that deep, resonant, and really piercing sound of a conch shell being blown. But in this context, it's not some peaceful call from the beach. No way. This is a powerful, primal signal for battle. And layered right on top of that deep conch sound are the burya, or bugles. These add that sharp, brassy urgency to the whole soundscape. It's that classic military call to action, right? It's designed to rally the troops and cut right through all the other noise. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting, because here, one single term covers multiple instruments. Panava Anaka refers to both drums and kettle drums. So this gives us that driving, thunderous rhythm of the army, literally the heartbeat of the conflict that's about to begin. And finally, we have Gomukha, trumpets and horns. These add that top layer of just blaring, intimidating sound. So the whole battlefield orchestra is now assembled. You've got the piercing conches, the urgent bugles, the thundering drums, and these blaring trumpets all just waiting for the signal. All right, so we've identified all the instruments. Now for the main event. Let's see exactly how they all come together by looking at the verse in its original form and breaking it down word by word. This is the fun part. And here it is. This is verse 1.13 in its original Sanskrit script. Now, if you can't read it, I know it might look a little intimidating, but trust me, by the end of the next slide, every single part of this is going to make perfect sense. And boom, here it is. This is the moment it all just clicks into place. Let's just walk through it together. It starts with ta-ta, thereafter. Simple enough. Then come our instruments. Shankha, cha, conches and, barya, cha, bugles and then you get that powerhouse term, Panava Anaka Gomukha, drums, kettle drums, and trumpets. So what did they all do? Well, sasa eva, suddenly indeed, they upyahanyanta, they blared forth. And what was the result? Sa shabda, that sound, tumala abhavad, was overwhelming. You see, it's not just a sentence, it's a perfectly built sequence of events. So now when you look at the full transliteration, it's not just a collection of sounds anymore, is it? You can almost hear it happening. You can follow the story from ta-ta, thereafter, all the way to the end, tumalo bhavat, was overwhelming. We've literally just decoded an ancient sentence together. Okay, now that we have all the pieces of the puzzle, let's put them together and really understand the full impact of this moment. What does this wall of sound actually mean on the battlefield? What makes this moment so incredibly dramatic is the timing. The verse uses a specific word, sahasa, that means suddenly. And that word is there to emphasize that this wasn't some slow ceremonial start. This was an eruption, an abrupt, shocking explosion of sound that signaled immediate and total commitment to the fight. So here's the crucial point. This verse describes a chain reaction. The great warrior Bhishma sounds his conch, giving the signal. And in response, the entire army eagerly just erupts with him. It's not just a few musicians. It's a unified, spontaneous, and totally tumultuous roar from the whole force. And that creates the pandemonium that says, okay, there's no turning back now. And that's the real magic here, isn't it? In just 2 short lines of text, the author has painted a complete sensory experience. We don't just get a list of what was played. We feel the suddenness, we feel the eagerness of the army, and we feel the sheer, overwhelming power of the very moment the war begins. It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? From the roar of a crowd at a game to the solemn toll of a bell, sound has always been right at the center of humanity's most important events. This ancient verse is such a powerful reminder of that, and it kind of asks us to think about how sound defines our own critical moments today.